One of my colleagues, Christina, and I, when we saw the Making a Difference, we discussed who we should nominate, because I think it's always good to give people thanks that you work with, and Polly was the first person that we both came up with. Her presence truly was known once we started doing trauma. I remember the first week of trauma. Several families lost their kids the first week that we opened, and Polly was there sitting, talking with them, hugging them.
I have the luxury as a chaplain of being able to be present wherever the need seems greatest. So a lot of what I do is find places of anxiety, find places where people might be alone, having hard days. Sometimes that's patients, sometimes that's staff and caregivers as well. And I can listen, and I can be a non-anxious person who's available. Particularly for families when someone comes in as a trauma patient, I can engage them in talking about that person, what their life is like, help them to stay focused on who their loved one is, not just the fact that they're sitting in the trauma bay.
There's been a few times where I've had a really hard time coming to grasps with what happened, and she'd pull me to the side and give me the most wonderful pep talk. And you're here for a reason, you have this job for a reason, and you can do this and get through.
I have a privilege of working with incredible surgeons and nurses and techs and environmental service staff, all of whom are a part of what we do in the trauma center. And so to be able to spend time acknowledging all of those roles, it's not just the people in the very, very front lines that are a part of our work. To feel like I'm contributing somehow to healing and somehow to showing compassion and love to people on what frankly are some of the worst days of their lives feels selfishly better to me than sitting home on the couch thinking I can't do anything. I'm incredibly grateful that we have a trauma center opened here, and to be able to be a part of that is an honor. I think for most of us, life is easier if we don't feel like we're alone in it. And so sometimes merely recognizing and acknowledging when someone is struggling, or when someone is waiting for difficult news or waiting for unknown outcomes.
The way she words things and the way she's able to walk you through these difficult situations, I've never met anyone that can do it like Polly.